Hey, welcome back to MIA TV. It's absolutely Baltic, we're out piking, and we thought whilst it's a bit slack and the pike aren't biting, we'd show you one of the new FreeSpirit Pike Tamer multi-range 12-foot carbon rods. Now these are an incredible rod, incredible build quality, and for the price point there's nothing that touches them. These are retailing at about €115.99 in Main Irish Angling. And as I said, they're made by FreeSpirit, and they've moved away from their carp designs on this particular rod. A lot of pikers use carp rods, wrongly so, to go pike fishing, and a lot of the modern carp rods are designed in such a manner that they are very, very stiff, pretty much mid-length, up to the middle and beyond. They're very, very stiff so that carpers can punch out heavy lead a long distance. And that's not good for pike fishing, and the reason being is when you hook a pike have a habit of shaking their heads to try and free themselves, and if you have a very stiff middle section rod or even higher up, which a lot of the carp rods are, what will tend to happen is it will actually bump the hooks out because there's nothing to absorb, there's no shock absorber there. Unlike this Pike Tamer is a complete through action rod. Now it's a 3-pound test curve rod, which means it can punch out a dead bait of fair distance. As far as you can cast, this will cast it. It will put out a half mackerel, no problem. And as I said, being a 3-pound test curve rod, you'd expect it to be very, very stiff, but that's not so. When you start to really punch into it, you can actually see right down to where my thumb is here, it's taking the bend all the way right down to actually where the reel is. No carp rods on the market presently do that because they're just too stiff in the mid-lengths. FreeSpirit went out of their way to purposely do this so that they could create a much softer rod so that it would absorb anything that the pike would throw at it. The finish on these rods are superb. Now this is a custom build. Now if you want a custom build, you can get it done. This happens to be Derek Talbot's rod. He's the owner of Main Irish Angling, a complete tart. I mean, it's bad enough with him tarting up all his carp rods, but he's gone and done it with all his pike rods too. So he has his name on his rod. He also has gold whipping employed. He has this Japanese shrink tube down to a very sexy butt. And but if you're going for the standard factory build, it's Duplo handles, and the finishing is pretty similar, except for, you know, names not on it, etc. But as I said, it's for the price point, there is actually nothing on the market to touch this particular rod. It really is stunning. They do a number of rods in the Pike Tamer range. They obviously do this multi-range rod. They also have then a boat rod and a lure rod, and they are absolutely next to nothing price-wise, but the same quality has been employed. So if you're serious about your piking, I suggest you check out the Pike Tamer range. If you are a carp angler who are looking for, you know, a very cheap set of rods, and you want something that's probably a little bit more softer actioned, even though you can put out a nice big PVA bag with one of these rods, playing a fish on these rods are going to be a dream because they're so through action, unlike a lot of the locked up carp rods of today. So this is Jerry, this is MIA TV, this is the Pike Tamer multi-range 12-foot from FreeSpirit, and we'll check you out in the next video.